The beginning of the school year, which means your child is exposed to all kinds of sicknesses. So how do you keep them from getting sick, and how do you keep from getting sick? Well, Hillary Babcock is a Washington University infectious disease specialist at Barnes Jewish Hospital. She's an expert on this topic, and we thank her for being here. I'm always hesitant to shake the hands of a because I don't know where your hands have been today at work.
It's good to wave at people, especially as we talk about viral season.
Yes.
Waving is good.
It is that time of year, and a lot of people blame colder weather on giving us colds and making us sick, but that's not necessarily the case, and we're not going to get into that. But the fact of the matter is we are indoors more. School is in session, our kids are sharing germs, and they're bringing them home, right?
Yes, all true.
All right, so what do we have to do to avoid getting sick ourselves?
So there are a couple of things we can do. We all know that our kids, much as we love them, are excellent spreaders of germs. But when they come home, then it's a good time to be sure that they wash their hands. When they are sick, it's good if they are taught how to carefully cover their cough. So we teach people to cough in their elbow.
And I'm seeing more and more of that. Kids are conscious of it now. They are coughing into their elbows, which
And
is
that's good too, because then if they do touch something later, their hands aren't contaminated with those viruses.
Right.
So those are a couple of important things people can do. And then also, if you do get sick, or if your kid gets sick, then it's important to stay home. So it's tempting to send your kid off to school anyway or go to work yourself,
Right.
but you really become a public health hazard if you come to work or school sick yourselves.
And you know that's not going to happen. I mean, people are going to go to work and they're going to go to school. A lot of the kids end up going to school because the parents can't stay home with them because they have to go to work. It's a double whammy, and it's going to happen. But there are other things that we can do at home, I'm guessing, that can keep us from getting sick, right?
So the main things are really washing your hands, covering cough when you're sick, eating a good healthy diet, and lots of fruits and vegetables are always
So
good
your
for you.
immunity system is nice and strong.
Yep,
Getting
so
enough
you stay in
sleep.
good health. A good amount of sleep every night is also important. And then as we move closer to flu season, so there isn't much influenza here in the community yet. It usually starts in our area later in the fall. But as it gets closer to influenza season, then being sure that you get a flu shot and that your kids get their flu shot is also really important.
It is important. So now there comes a point where we have to make the decision about when you're a new parent, you make that call a little early. As you get older and you get more kids, you held off a little longer before you call the doctor. What is a good time to call the doctor?
So I think most of us know what a cold sort of feels like, and most of those are viruses. And even a bronchitis or a sinusitis is mostly caused by viruses. And so usually if you feel sick for a few days, and even if you have a low-grade fever, it's probably a virus, and the best thing is to stay home and drink lots of liquids and get a lot of rest. If you've been sick for longer than a few days, or if your fever starts getting pretty high, if you start having chills or feeling achy all over, then that's a good time to check in with your doctor and see whether you might have a secondary infection or a bacterial infection, something that might need other kinds of treatment.
And many times when you call in and you talk to the person in the pediatrician's office, and you may talk to a physician's assistant or something, they'll say, yep, that's going around. Let's wait another day or two and see how it goes. Or, yeah, that sounds like you need to bring a kid in. Let's get a look at them. Do you like the sanitizers?
I do like the sanitizers.
Okay.
They're very easy to use and they're very effective, and they don't require you to find...
They're not making our bacteria stronger, though?
They are not.
Really?
They are not.
That's good to hear, right? I mean, I had heard other...
Nope, they are not. They're pretty much all alcohol-based, and bacteria are not getting resistant to alcohol-based hand rubs. Those are still very safe.
Thank you, Hillary. We appreciate you being here very much. We'll post this segment on our website, KMOB.com/greatday. Call all the moms in your neighborhood and tell them to watch so their kids don't spread germs to yours.
And the dads.
And the dads, too.
Good
Very
idea.
good.
Good point. Good point.
Thank you very much, you two. Next